oatmeal and scrambled eggs. Breakfast of champions. It's about 11 o'clock right now. That's usually when I eat like my biggest meal. Because when you're training at night, like the worst thing you can do is walk into the gym with like a giant meal in your stomach, because it's just not going to be very comfortable to train. And especially if you're training MMA or jits or something where you can like take impact to your stomach or have like a knee in your stomach, you don't want to do that with food in your stomach, right? So my biggest meal I eat around now, which is like where I get most of my calories. And then maybe earlier in the morning I'll have like a granola bar or something, like those Thunderbird bars that I like. I'll have one of those, maybe two of them sometimes in the morning. I'll drink coffee, right? And then I'll eat my biggest meal at lunchtime. And then for dinner, and all my carbs that I eat before I train. Like oatmeal and whole grain breads and fruit or whatever, things like that. I eat all that before I train. And then at nighttime, when I'm off, when I'm done training and I get home, I'll eat something. Like now I'm in kind of a interesting position because this fight that I'm having in about 2 weeks is at a higher weight class, which means that I have to actually try and keep weight on. Which for most people, when they hear that, they're like, oh, I can just eat like a pig and, everything's good. But that's not, I like to have like a certain amount of discipline no matter what across the board as far as what I eat goes, right? So in that situation, I'll eat dinner after I get home, 8:30, something like that. But I've been experimenting with this, and for dinner time, if you train at night, it's best to eat all your carbs earlier in the day and then not eat any carbs for dinner, and minimal protein, right? Because protein also will spike your insulin and make it hard to sleep. Hard to get a restful sleep, right? You won't have trouble going to sleep, you'll have trouble waking up, right? So for dinner, I might have like 2 eggs and like half an avocado with like some butter and maybe like a small little salad or something, right? But just no carbohydrates, because I've been experimenting is that when I eat mainly fat and a little bit of protein before I go to sleep, I get a restful sleep and I need less sleep, right? Especially if I eat just a little bit. But if I eat, like say with those eggs, I add some toast with butter, 2 pieces of toast with butter and some, cheese or whatever. And, just like I have like a big full meal before I go to bed, I'm not going to sleep very well, right? And so like my schedule that I follow for eating as a fighter and as someone who trains at night is like this. I wake up, have a bunch of water, have some coffee, and then I might have like a power bar, granola bar, like a real food, with like dates and peanuts and whatever in it, right? I have one of those, and then around lunchtime is when I have my biggest meal, which now, this one is half a cup of oats made into oatmeal, and then 4 eggs with an extra half a cup of egg whites, and I have that, and then maybe I'll have like another one of those bars that I eat before I train, or like half of a peanut butter sandwich, and then I train, and then I get home, and I'll have a couple eggs with some avocado or something. For lunch, I might also do, like chicken with black beans and some rice, or, just something, just like a basic bodybuilder type meal, right? But that's when I eat my biggest meal of the day. I'm one of those guys where I don't like to like eat little bits throughout the day. I like to have just one meal and be done with it, but not to the point that I'm like stuffed, if that makes sense. So I have like a couple little snacks and then my main meal. And that's how I manage. Like now I'm trying to put weight on, right? But not put it on, but keep the weight on. But if you want to cut, it's pretty simple. You just don't eat dinner, right? And then maybe have like one snack and one meal, and then just train and don't eat dinner and go to sleep hungry, and you will cut the pounds off, right? I don't cut out carbs for a long period of time. Most of the carbs that I cut out the week of the fight, because that's gonna drain all the sugars from your muscles. But yeah, so that's how I'm eating right now, and me gusta.